Yeah? Oh, I don't know. Hello, Jordan Nail from the Belfast City Mission here. So, just in a few minutes, we're going to be doing a little bit of a reading from the Jesus Storybook Bible. So, we're going to be starting right at the very start, which is the story of creation. So, we'll be starting just about maybe 5 or 6 minutes' time, but just to let you tune in, let people know, this is a book that is primarily for young kids, young children. It's a book that we have read the whole way through ourselves as a family. It's, as you can see, it's written by Sally Lloyd Jones, and there's wonderful illustrations in it as well. So I would highly recommend going and getting it yourself. We have a little bit of help here today too. So there she's there. Look, she's running away because she's too shy to be on camera. So Willow has read through the Jesus Storybook Bible. There's a great, there's a curriculum and all to go along with it, so it's really great. It's a great resource for children, as I say, for young people. There's an audio version as well, read by David Suchet, who a lot of the parents might know. So say we'll get on to this around about 10 o'clock. So yeah, I'll see you in a moment. And as well, one other thing just before we get started, like everything that we're doing online these days, we are kindly sponsored by the Pilgrims Podcast. The Pilgrims Podcast is a podcast where we pilgrimage our way through John Bunyan's allegorical classic, The Pilgrim's Progress. So we're just about to get started, but I've got a guest here. Oh, here we go. You nearly see me. He wants to show you something. So it's up to you. Let's go, Nick. Right in there. It's a trophy. This is Willow, and she won the trophy for the Tiny Tots in their company last week, and she's so excited to show everybody who is watching. So you want to give them a wave and say hello, Willow? There we go. And there's your other one. You want to show your other one too? There you go. That small one she gets to keep, and there's the massive one that she has to give back at the end of the year. So we're all very super proud of Willow, and she is loving having the trophy. Isn't that right? Do you want to say anything to people in the church that are watching? No. Come over all shy all of a sudden, haven't you? Oh, right, okay, right. Where you go? Yeah, you sit down here if you want. Yeah. And there's the other one. We got that one last year, didn't we? I've had that one for a while. That was one for best singing. So, well, I want to show everybody all of our trophies before we started today. So, well done. Isn't that right? So we're going to be doing some schoolwork later because we're having some extended time in the house, aren't we? Dead on. But what we're going to do now, as I say, it's about 10 o'clock. We'll make a little start. As I've mentioned before, this is the Jesus Storybook Bible. Do you want to help me? Do you want to push that wee button whenever I tell you to? You see it? Yeah, that one there. Okay. At the side, yeah. So just what we're going to be doing, hopefully just as we go through. Yeah, that one. We will be literally just reading through it. And there will be some pictures hopefully on the screen there as well. As I say, the pictures are from the DVD version. And so there's some on the screen, but we just want to be reading this through. So yeah, they all have little titles at the start. As we said, this was a wonderful resource. We really enjoyed it. We read it through, didn't we? Yeah, we did. There's an introduction, and so just want to read the introduction before we get into our first story. The introduction is taken from Psalm 19 and Hebrews 1. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'll tell you when you can press it. Yeah. So it paraphrases Psalm 19 and says, "The heavens are singing about how great God is, and the skies are shouting it out. See what God has made. Day after day, night after night, they are speaking to us." You see, God wrote, "I love you." He wrote it in the sky, and on the earth, and under the sea. He wrote his message everywhere, because God created everything in his world to reflect him like a mirror, to show us what he is like, to help us to know him, and to make our hearts sing. And God put it into words too, and he wrote it in a book called the Bible. Now, some people think the Bible is a book of rules, telling you what you should and shouldn't do. The Bible certainly does have some rules in it. They show you how life works best. But the Bible isn't mainly about you and what you should be doing. It's about God and what he has done. Other people think the Bible is a book of heroes, showing you people you should copy. Yeah? Yes. Other people think the Bible is a book of heroes, showing you people that you should copy. Now, it does have some heroes in it, but as we'll soon find out, most of the people in the Bible aren't heroes at all. They make some big mistakes, sometimes on purpose, and they get afraid, and they run away, and at times they're just downright mean. Now, the Bible isn't a book of rules or a book of heroes. The Bible is most of all a story. It's an adventure story about a young hero who comes from a far country to win back his lost treasure. It's a love story about a brave prince who leaves his palace, his throne, everything to rescue the one he loves. It's like the most wonderful of fairy tales that has come true in real life. You see, the best thing about this story is it's all true. There are lots of stories in the Bible, but all the stories are telling one big story. The story of how God loves his children and comes to rescue them. It takes the whole Bible to tell this story, and at the center of this story is a baby. Every story in the Bible whispers his name. He's like the missing piece in a puzzle, the piece that makes all the other pieces fit. And suddenly, when it's in place, you can see a beautiful picture. And this is no ordinary baby. This is the child upon whom everything would depend. This is the child who would one day, well, let's just wait there. Our story starts where all good stories start, right at the very beginning. So this is where we're starting. You alright, Willow? Oh, are you? Right, okay. No bother. So, you want to press that for me? There we go. The beginning. A perfect home. In the beginning, there was nothing. Push that again. Nothing. Nothing to hear. Nothing to feel. Nothing to see. Only emptiness and darkness and, well, nothing but nothing. But God was there, and God had a wonderful plan. I'll take this emptiness, God said, and I'll fill it right up. And out of the darkness, I'm going to make light. And out of the nothing, I'm going to make everything. And like a mummy bird flutters her wings over her eggs to help her babies hatch. Go ahead, hit that button. God hovered over the deep, silent darkness. He was making life happen. And God spoke. That's all. And whatever he said, it happened. God said, "Hello, light." Push the button. And light shone into the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Push it again. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, sea." At the middle it's grey, yeah. So, what I should say, just as we bit of an interjection here, we do have a narrator beside me here who will jump in and distract us as well, but we'll just go along with it. Okay. So you press a button again. God said, "Hello, sea. Hello, sky." And a great space opened up wide and deep and high. "You're good," God said. And they were. And God said, "Hello, land." And there, splashing up through the mountains, came cliffs and mountains and sandy beaches. "You're good," God said. And they were. "Hello, trees," God said. "Hello, grass and flowers." Yeah, and everything burst into life. He made buds bud, he made shoots shoot, he made flowers flower. "You're good," God said. And they were. Yeah. "Hello, stars," God said. "Hello, sun. Hello, moon. and whizzing into the darkness came fiery globes spinning round and round, whirling orange and purple and golden planets. "You're good," God said, and they were. "Hello, birds," God said, and with a fluttering and a flapping and a chirping and a singing, birds filled the skies. "Hello, fish," God said. Show us the fish on the screen. There we go. With a darting and a dashing and a wriggling and a splashing, fish filled the seas. "You're good," God said, and they were. Then God said, "Hello, animals." Yeah. Oh, look at that. And everyone came out to play. And the earth was filled with noisy noises. There was growling and gobbling and snapping and snorting and happy skerfuffling. "You're good," God said, and they were. And God saw all that he had made, and he loved them. And they were lovely because he loved them. But God saved the best for last. You see, from the beginning, God had a shining dream in his heart that he would make people share his forever happiness. They would be his children, and the world would be their perfect home. So God breathed life into Adam and Eve. And when they opened their eyes, the first thing they ever saw was God's face. And when God saw them, he was like a new dad. "You look like me," he said. "You're the most beautiful thing I've ever made." God loved them with all of his heart. And they were lovely because he loved them. And Adam and Eve joined in the song of the stars and the streams and the wind and the trees, the wonderful song of love to the one who made them. And their hearts were filled with happiness. And nothing ever made them sad or lonely or sick or afraid. God looked at everything he had made. Yeah? He couldn't eat the pineapples? Oh, he couldn't eat the bad apple? Right, okay. God looked at everything he had made. Perfect, he said, and it was. But all the stars and the mountains and the oceans and the galaxies and everything were nothing compared to how much God loved his children. He would move heaven and earth to be near them. Make sure you get them trophies in now, Willow, won't you?
Yeah.
Whatever happened, whatever it cost him, he would always love them. And so it was here that the wonderful love story began. Push the button for me. There we go. And so here that shows us it's our first chapter in the Jesus Storybook Bible. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at another story, the next chapter, and it's called, it'll be backwards for you guys, but it's called The Terrible Lie. Where Adam and Eve, where they're living happily in the garden and everything's perfect for a while. So thank you very much for joining us this morning as we've read together. As I say, that book again is called, give us that a wee second, hopefully it'll come up. Oh, just for the Pilgrim's Podcast, never worry. It's called the Jesus Storybook Bible, and I've been Jordan. I'm the missionary at the Belfast City Mission, Rathcoole, and this has been Willow. She has been my helper. And we will see you again tomorrow. You want to say bye-bye?
Bye.
Bye. And you want to show them your nails, do you? I've got one other thing to show you. Oh, Willow's nails. Can we see them there? Look at them. All them wonderful colours and different things. So Willow is rocking the rock chick look today, are you? With her nails? Apparently so. So let's go. we are going to do some fun, creative things now, aren't we? So, bye bye. All the best. Cheerio.